Let me tell you something. Feeling that you're a good person all the time is like having a brand new car with no scratches on it. It's a real responsibility which is almost impossible to live up to. Being a piece of shit and then occasionally doing something that's good and true, it's a much easier place to be.
should start up again. I should have it on repeat, and I don't. That's why we make sure of these things before we do stuff. Right? Said no. Let's back that off. Let's back that off now. It's another week. As you can see, I got what looks like I've been wearing a mask on my face for the past week, and I haven't. This just popped up. Got a lot of bullshit going on. Gas out the fucking, just horrible, just terrible. I need to share this stream out with the MMA holes community, because if I'm gonna torture a bunch of people online, I'm gonna torture the people I love the most, which are the holes community. Shout out to them. Let's go to self promotion. Let's go to that. Oh yeah. Come hear me rant. Let's go. This is what I have. This is what I do, because I was having sort of a, I don't know. I was having sort of a lackadaisical day, a very lazy day. It's been a lazy week. I haven't really done much. Haven't really felt the need to, if I'm being honest. But I mean, it's just general depression that's keeping me at that, which, if you do have that, I'm doing it now. I'm going to counseling. Seek counseling. You can. It's available, and a lot of places will set you up with Medicaid if you can't afford it. Come watch me rant. All right. All right. And then let's put the MMA holes in there, just because I don't know why I'm so close to the microphone. I mean, I could just update up the microphone volume a little bit more. All right, YouTube vids. Come watch me rant is what I'm gonna say. Come watch me rant. Who's writing stuff? Casey Jones. Oh my God. No sound. What? No sound? Huh? How is there no sound right now? Let me see. Boom. You lie to me. How dare you, Casey? You heard me talk about my depression, bro. How dare you? How dare you? No, it's okay. I'm fucking with you. As you were fucking with me, you sexy bitch. Thank you for being here. Hopefully more people come through, because it's lonely and I got a lot to talk about. Including Jonah Hill. That's gonna be the top story of the day. Outside of the Dark Needle, we're gonna get back into some Dark Needle videos. If you have never seen the Dark Needle, Pulse Reloaded turned me on to the Dark Needle, and it's just adorable. I have a short up that you can watch online of me talking about the Dark Needles. Is your counselor attractive? Haven't gotten one, and I usually get a dude. Usually get a guy. I feel more comfortable having like a third party to like throw my bullshit at. I don't want to have somebody that I feel is judging me. I like to have that like thing, and then we work on everything together. That's how I look at therapy or counseling, whatever you want to say. D-Main, thank you for being here, baby. Share the stream out, guys. Share the stream out. Annoy your friends with on their feed with me, because I believe I am worth the share, if you will. But yeah, I'm going to counseling starting tomorrow. My intake at a new place. Had a counseling appointment last week, and it just didn't click. It just didn't click. I just couldn't do it, and the place I was at was just not the best. Not the best for a psycho like me with severe narcissistic personality disorder. It's definitely who I am, guys, and I'm fine with that, because I do podcasting. I did have a guy the other day say I was I was crazy or something like that, or I was delusional. Delusional was the word. And the comment, I wish I could find it, but the comment was "You're delusional." I think it was about LeBron going to the 76ers and how bad that's going to be for his legacy and how bad that's going to be for a lot of, the Philadelphia sports fans are not going to ever go for him. Just, it's not going to work. It's just, I feel like I'm too out of center. There we are. I feel like I'm back in somewhat center. All right. But I mean, the guy called me delusional. I'm like, I'm a podcaster on YouTube. Of course I'm delusional. Like, of course. I wouldn't have bought this microphone if I didn't think there was some delusion in my life. I wouldn't be a comedian if, a barely getting by comedian if I wasn't a little delusional. A lot delusional, to be honest, but that's how it is, man. You get the people like me who think we can do this. We have a plan and a dream, and then the plan falls through. Fuck it, keep going. I don't know what to tell you. Where am I gonna go from here, dog? Like, it's right there, right there. I like it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, fuck. Yeah, man. Didn't I watched the UFC yesterday with Moss on commentary. I like watching Moss more than I like watching the actual commentary, or listening to the commentary, regardless of who it is. I don't know. There's just something better about watching a fan react to it who's legitimately in it and doesn't have the corporate line to it. And Moss is one of those dudes that I like watching. And thankfully, we had a good, good card. Wasn't amazing, knock your socks off shit, but we'll discuss that in a little bit in the cavalcade of stories. But speaking of, I think it is time at least we bring it on. It is the cavalcade of stories. Why is that there? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Tonight we bring you 3 rings of spectacular entertainment.
That's right, bitches. It is the cavalcade of stories, the only news-driven thing on this whole damn show because it's my feed, and I want you to suffer too. So, getting ready with a little bit of stuff here. I'm going to see how this looks on the screen. If not, I'm just going to blow it up. Yeah, I'm going to blow this up. Jonah Hill. Not just any fan, Big Mouse. You don't think dudes can be attractive? I do, actually, Moss. I do, or Moss. Casey. Dude, way different people, although same area of the world. The circus is the original pyramid scheme. Yeah, besides the actual pyramids, maybe. I would say it's definitely a 3-ring circus of scams. Especially if you're on the boardwalk. Dog. But I want to talk about this because, Jonah Hill, I've been a fan of Jonah Hill for a long time. I've always liked him as, the fat kid in Superbad, and then the fat guy in Wolf of Wall Street that does the drugs. And then fat Jonah Hill in This Is Us when he was really playing himself, apparently. This is kind of wild. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's been last week this dropped, like Monday, I think this dropped, of him on a panel talking to people. Jason Bateman's there. A bunch of child actors who became successful, at least Jason Bateman, Jonah Hill, both very successful. I'm not saying that they're shitty actors. I'm not saying that, Jonah Hill is a bad actor. There's sound, Casey. There's sound. I have sound on my phone. Turn your phone up. I'm gonna make your phone up. Yeah. See? I'm gonna make Suck it. Suck it and suck it easy, Casey. You just have a shitty phone. I love you, Casey. But this, if you don't know, Jonah Hill has been apparently doing jiu-jitsu. No, I'm saying please turn off the sound. Attaboy, Casey. I like it. I hear Ray Hyclak. It's this video is an amalgam or like a great way to evaluate a guy doing jiu-jitsu and how long he's been doing jiu-jitsu. And Jonah Hill, he's got 2 stripes on his belt. Respectable. We'll talk about we'll break down some technique videos here in a minute of Jonah Hill in class. And but yeah, I liked him as the fat guy in a lot of stuff. I did. The fat kid in Superbad, which I hope he's still proud of. The fat guy in Wolf of Wall Street, like I said. But it's, man, guys like this, when they get into jiu-jitsu, they lose all semblance of humor almost. Like we all know those people when it comes to like mixed martial arts fans who don't want the shit talking. They don't want people to, have personalities. They don't like a Josh Hokett. They don't like a Conor McGregor. They want like a martial artist that they think is a martial artist. That's all demure and respectable and, all that bullshit, right? This video shows how culty jiu-jitsu can be because, like, I love doing that. I haven't done it in a while, probably a good year and a half, maybe 2 years. This is the last time I was in a gym, as you can tell. And I had to take these off. They were harshing me. And when you look at Jonah Hill and how insane he was, I see myself when I first walked into Griffin Raw in Menor, Ohio, shook Jason Dent's hand, shook Jeff Starr's hand, all the guys that are now at like 440 Jiu-Jitsu over in Willoughby, and the people that are at Revolution Fight and Fitness in Cleveland. There can be culty people like that really get into it, and Jonah Hill personifies this in this video. So let's watch this, and I want to kind of see where this video is at. Do I have sound? Not enough.
Like, you're a comedian, like.
But let me ask you something.
Yeah. I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I love, except my body is begging me to not love it. 42 isn't, my wife is often like, you're not going to become like a professional.
And the fact that like his wife has to call him out, you can tell that he's got like wide eyes in the gym. He's ready to go. He's just, holding that belt, just kind of like that white belt, just kind of like thumb in. We've all seen those guys. I was that guy when I first started until my black belt, instructor whipped my ass and got me in a few embarrassing chokes. It calmed me down. It took about 3 months to do. And I was in like the first, I think like 6 months of doing jiu-jitsu. And it still was high mental illness, but whatever. And but like watching him, I see myself, and I'm like, oh, no wonder Dwayne Ludwig yelled at you. Just like no wonder Dwayne Ludwig was just like, hey, yeah, he fucking screamed at everybody, and I immediately turned into like a ha. It wasn't anything disrespectful. I just didn't know the rules because I was an asshole. Just remember,
Never goon.
it's ego. It absolutely is, Casey. It's absolutely ego.
Fighter, you know that,
yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a comedian. Like,
But let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If we got into it,
Wrong question to ask, Jason. But I love the answer.
I would fuck you up.
you'd fuck me up, right?
I would fuck all
But
three
truly,
of you up. Yeah.
right?
I could give him all three people on that stage. I will give him all three on that stage, including, I think Jason Bateman's in his 60s now, at least late 50s. I think Bateman would beat his ass. He could, D-man. He could, man. You never fucking know, but like, dude, the guys like this, when they're in the gym, you see them. You see, like, you look at Jonah Hill, you see how he speaks. You know that guy if you've ever walked into a gym and done even a week of jiu-jitsu. You've seen this guy. We might have all been this guy. Who knows? But like the immediacy of I will fuck you up. Okay. And here, somebody clip this, because I know he will never see this. I know Jonah Hill will never fucking see this. I want to roll with Jonah Hill. I want to roll with him, see how he is. I would love to. Casual white belt, again, second degree white belt. Let's see what happens. I would love to have our two fat asses rolling around, well, skinny fat for both of us. And it's kind of like, I want to do it. He looks happy about it. Like, he looks happy about jiu-jitsu. I'm happy for him at the fact that he's found jiu-jitsu, but he's falling into that early ego trap, like Casey just pointed out. But let's continue this because there's not much. I think there's 23 seconds left.
And that's the best part. My favorite thing is people are like, oh, Jonah Hill, fucking fat guy from Superbad. And I'm like, I would fucking annihilate you.
What's wrong with being the fat guy from Superbad? Yet arguably one of the best roles in that movie. You also had one of the best roles in Wolf of Wall Street, dog. Jonah Hill made Wolf of Wall Street fun. Tell Big Moss to set it up, or Hyclak. If Moss could set up a thing, Will Arnett, by the way, if he wants to set this up, I would be absolutely down. McLovin was a great character, but McLovin, like, everybody kind of loved McLovin. Like, it just became like the guy out of the movie because of the name. I like Jonah because of like the dumb shit he said in the movie, and I identified with that guy even though I wasn't like a fat kid. I was the ADHD kid that like never really ate and could live off of fucking shit for years. Jonah definitely beats Ray. Let's be real. Excuse me? Okay, Casey. Okay. Yeah, I want to take on Jonah Hill. I want to get my ass in a gi. We can go no gi. I don't care what we do. Just, we can meet in a gym, safe conditions, sign a waiver between both of us, gentleman's agreement, and we go a couple rounds. I guarantee you he's in way better shape than I am. I will give Jonah Hill the gas, so I'd have to tap him quick. That would be the thing. I'd have to get him down or have him take me down and then shrimp my ass all the way around him until I ended up on top. MMA or BJJ? I'm talking just BJJ, like a straight up rolling match. I think I could beat Jonah Hill on the feet. I think I could beat him on the feet pretty easily. But that's just, like, I don't think he knows how to strike. If he knew how to strike, I'd have a change of heart. But, like, jiu-jitsu, Jonah Hill has better cardio and better technique. You don't even train. I don't. But I have in the past. So again, it'd be one of those things where I would just do it dry. I would just do a dry thing against Jonah Hill. I think I could beat him. It would just have to be a lot of defensive stuff on my part to get on top. And at that point, we'll see. But I guarantee you he'd probably take me down. Like my sprawl game is fucking trash. My sprawl game is so bad. It's awful. It's not a good game at all. I think you'd beat him in judo more easily. I honestly think I got him in jiu-jitsu. I think I have him in jiu-jitsu. And I have proof. I have proof that I could possibly beat Jonah Hill in jiu-jitsu on the ground any day of the week, any time of the week, as long as I don't have to, as long as I have to, as long as I don't have to fly, then it would be the next day. Because I need time to rest, because I'm old too. I got Ray Hyclak. Thank you, buddy. Just remember this.
Never goon!
I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that all day long. But the reason I say that is this video that I'm going to pull up here of Mr. Hill. I'm going to be respectful. Doing a takedown. Wait, oh my God, and they added music. This is awesome. Okay, let's see this video. Let's see how it looks on the screen here. Okay. All right. What if it's combat BJJ? I'm in. I've never done combat jiu-jitsu. I've never done an actual competition either. I've just gone to classes. I've gone to classes in a bunch of other different gyms. I've worn one of them as a shirt on the show a couple times. Shout out to Steel City Martial Arts in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I used to have a Bang Muay Thai t-shirt when I went to Bang Muay Thai in Colorado, but that was like a 3-hour journey. I had to take like multiple subway cars, multiple ways to get up there. Tournaments are tough as fuck. Yeah, I assume I'm not one of these people that goes into like sporting competitions at 37 thinking I'm gonna be fucking Randy Couture or Tim the Maniac Sylvia. It's not my MO. Like I feel my knees on a different day. Higher level than training. Of course. But let's watch Jonah doing a takedown. And I guarantee you I could sprawl off of this so easily. Let's watch this. First of all, he's got okay technique here. You really it's not the greatest. But again, I think there's 2 dashes on his belt. I think those are 2 dashes on his belt. And the instructor kind of feeds it because this is a brown belt. You can see right there. Kid's got a brown belt on. And he's feeding into Jonah. And when I mean feeding in, I mean just like kind of dropping with it so he can get the technique in, which is normal in class. But like if he bases his ego off of this, okay, let's see. But let's watch this again. It's only like 7 seconds. We got a white man down. Let's pull up let's pull back a little because you can see his belt and what we're rocking with here with Mr. Hill and his thing. Because at some point you can tell where I don't see any stripes. I'm not seeing any stripes. I'm just seeing a white belt here. I wonder how old this video is too. You never know. But yeah, I'm not seeing any thing on the belt here. So again, he's a white belt. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu white belt. Moneyberg 2.0. Okay. Full disclosure. I had a nice little 2-day war with Derek Moneyberg, I wouldn't do that to Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill, like, has earned legend status in Hollywood. I'm not going to besmirch the name of Jonah Hill. It looks like he's actually putting in work here. Like, it's actually like he looks like he's putting in work. And that's respectable. Derek Moneyberg probably gave Jake Shields 6 figures for his black belt. I'm gonna say I don't trust the fact that this motherfucker had any intent of really doing the work. Jonah looks like he's actually trying to do the work. Like, Jonah looks like he's actually trying to earn stripes in class and do all these things. Bring up a picture of Moneyberg and tell us about the 2-day war. I don't even have the fucking text thread. There is an episode. There is an episode. If you type in Derek Moneyberg, Ray Hyclak, I think it's in there. There's an episode of the Ray Hyclak show where I call out Daniel Moneyberg for being a bitch and, like, really not taking the criticisms from the BJJ community, especially like white belts, because a lot of us are just fucking, ragdolls in class anyway, and you're paying Jake Shields, a real Nazi, money for a black belt in what? What's the jiu-jitsu? It's definitely not Gracie. It's not the Machados. It's none of that. Where'd you buy it, Derek? At least with Jonah, there's video of him earning it for real, and his technique looks decent. Not great, decent. But anyway, I think what's there. I mean, he goes over to mount, and you can tell just like he's trying the instructor. Man, my nose sucks today. It's like right here. His partner lets him. Love the Thor beard and the blonde hair. He's got to look like a fucking, he's got to take that Viking Jiu-Jitsu Viking thing properly, right? He's got to do it. He's got to do it. But I could take Jonah. I could take Jonah Hill in a jiu-jitsu match tomorrow. Ray, you had a parasocial argument with Moneyberg. Sort of, but it just pissed me off because he bought the fucking, he bought his belt. Fuck you. Earn it the right way. Earn it. Earn it. I feel like I have earned a meeting with Jonah Hill. Make that happen, people. Tag me in it all. Clip it. Do what you got to do. Oh, boy. Speaking of, let's do this. Let's talk real quick, because I do want to get to the news stories, and also I want to continue with the Dark Needle, who is the king of the incels. I'm starting to realize the Dark Needle, king of the incels. So we'll just break this down rather quickly, if you will. Yes, this fucking News or Australian kid is the real deal. Knocked Mateusz Gamrot to the mat with a straight hand, and then picked up the RNC in the first round. It was kind of quick. Loved it. Mateusz Gamrot, I mean, he is a tough guy. He is a gatekeeper. And Quillan Salkilld definitely showed that gate can be busted open pretty easily, dog. Like, pretty fucking easily. So, we got a new young contender. How old is this fucking kid? How old is he? Like, what? Has to be early 20s. Has to be. 26, mid-20s. All right, yeah. He's got a lot of time in the UFC, and if he really puts in performances like that on a constant basis, not only is he going to be a very rich man with those $100,000 bonuses, but he's going to find himself in the middle of the title scene pretty quickly, especially after the way he handled Mateusz. Diego Ferreira beat Billy Quarantillo. Billy did not look good, looked slow. Diego even looked slow, but Diego looked less slow. So, unanimous decision for Diego Ferreira. And then Yardir del Valle from Cuba ended the career of Darren Elkins in just 35 seconds. Was kind of sad to watch Darren go out the way he did, but I mean, he wanted to. He knew he was going to retire. Probably his heart really wasn't in it. I mean, look at Derek, or look at Darren. Look at Darren, man. Like, look at Darren Elkins. I'm gonna crop this, and just so I can like show how just like sad he is. Like, oh, this is what professional fighting does to you, bro. Like, this is what professional fighting will do. Just turn you into like beef jerky, basically. Jesus. Wow. All right, let's bring that back, shall we? Pull this in a little. We'll go over here. All right. Gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring this little motherfucker back. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so Darren Elkins retires. Alexia Thainara beat Amanda Lemos. What was a good women's strawweight fight. You know, this was a good, hard-fought women's fight. And it looked close going to the judges' scorecards, but they actually entertained us in the fan base, I think, compared to a lot of other women's fights recently. Which, by the way, speaking of women's fights, definitely August 25th, I will be live for the Frank Mir's daughter fight, her UFC Octagon debut, not official UFC thing. What's going on with Jack Doherty? I have no idea. I have no idea what's been going on with Jack Doherty. He's been quiet since that last little fucking riot at his house. And ever since he got his ass beat, he really hasn't left the house since. And good. We don't need a motherfucker like that in our society. We don't need a motherfucker like that anywhere near public areas ever again in Jack Doherty. Like, fuck you, dude. Kiss my dick. Oh, man. And then and then I saw this one, Ty Miller, KO and Billy Ray Goff in the third round. And Moss was really pissed about that one. I wanted to do Billy Ray because I just like the name Billy Ray. I've known some Billy Rays in my day because I'm white trash. So it's good times. What about Clavicular? Haven't heard. Didn't he like say he was gonna stop streaming because of like he almost died in Vegas? You guys I thought he was like done with his bullshit. Like I did the Let the Hate Flow Through You thing, which D-Man, thank you for shouting that out on Gummy Gang the other night. I love those guys. They're all local dudes from Cleveland that do a podcast called Let the Hate Flow Through You. El Hordano Diablo, Jordan with Jeremy Shear, two of Cleveland's best ne'er-do-wells, getting it done every single time on Let the Hate Flow Through You, bitches. That's right. What the fuck was that? So stupid. By the way, hopefully you guys like my new banner and do what it says. Do what it says. So yeah, Darren Elkins or Billy Ray Goff gets knocked out in the third round by Ty Miller. Ty Miller's a lanky fuck too. Like it was sink or swim for fucking Billy Ray Goff, and he was not even treading water against Ty Miller. Good Lord. All right, so let's talk about this, because this is a big story that affects a lot of things. I don't need that. Definitely didn't need that. That would have been bad. But I want to talk about the EA Saudi Arabia acquisition, because look, a lot of people are kind of, mad at the fact that this is happening. A lot of people are unsure of jobs. A lot of people are unsure of, stuff that people can't really control that much. You can't really control unless you have the money to buy said or organization. You can't really get mad when these things happen, because you're not in that situation. You're not somebody who is working for EA, and there's a lot of redundant jobs that AI is going to take care of, pretty much. Can we discuss the unusual aroma of York Hunt? It's kind of fishy. It's sort of fishy, but I don't know how to describe it anymore. It's not trout. Trout's the worst, but it's definitely imitation crab meat at this time. So the EA buyout. Like I said, the Saudi government's going to have a nice little piece in this. They're going to use that public fund. That I thought the public fund was almost out of money. I saw a few things that unless this is the reason that it's almost out of money, that they're just trying to find some passive income through people buying Madden, people buying any kind of EA related item that they can get their hands on. So this is the actual announcement from EA themselves. So let's read this together. I haven't read any of this. I don't read stories before I put them up. They just sound interesting to me, and I'll talk about them. But this one I wanted to talk about because this does have wider implications, including the UFC. But this is out of Redwood, California. Nobody gives a shit where it's from. EA, a global leader in interactive entertainment. Are you anymore? Are you? EA hasn't been truly, outside of Madden, and they don't even do NBA games anymore. They don't even do MLB games anymore. They basically just do Madden. They do Madden in the UFC. I don't think there's any. Are there any relevant sports games out there from? I mean, EA, like I said a couple weeks ago, EA used to have EA Big, where you would have SSX Tricky, you would have the NBA Street, NFL Street games, FIFA. Yeah, I forgot about FIFA. I don't play FIFA, so that's not in my idea. But yeah, it's only been Madden, FIFA, the UFC in the last decade at least. They haven't done a Knockout King or a Fight Night game. They haven't done a Knockout Kings game, which I wish they would do another arcade Knockout Kings game. I wish that would be a thing, because they're going private. That's the beauty of this too. Let me see how the font comes up. I'll just zoom out in a little bit more on that. See how that looks. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like how that looks. I'm gonna move this inward a little bit. Mucho Bidaro, kinda. There we are. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys can see it on the screen. So, I don't like the fact that they called themselves a world leader or a global leader, because I mean they really aren't a global leader of anything anymore. They're just a game publisher that doesn't put out that many games outside. Do they still do they own CODs, or I'm thinking of Medal of Honor? They did Medal of Honor. They haven't done a Medal of Honor game in a very long time. Man, EA has dropped off so much. So PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners, collectively, the consortium has successfully closed. The consortium's agreement to acquire EA was previously announced back in September and was approved by EA stockholders at the special meeting of the stockholders held on December 22nd of last year. And this is somebody, this moment recognizes the extraordinary people whose creativity and ambition and passion have made EA one of the leading interactive entertainment companies. Andrew Wilson, chairman of EA, said, "But what have you done lately? What have you done?" EA Sports twas in the game. They're not anymore, Brandon. They're not anymore. It's like, we all remember when an EA game would come out, regardless of genre. I mean, they had all kinds of games that they would put out, but people loved the Madden games. And for some reason, they decided to make that just the bread and butter after 05, when they got that exclusivity deal. And I think, to be honest, that was not the final, but definitely the closing of the casket before it was nailed shut on EA ever really making original titles again. Because I can't think of any. Maybe let's look up. Let's look up the last EA games of EA games of the last decade. EA games of the last decade. Not Madden or UFC. We got it just in case. Not Madden, UFC. Yeah. I mean, they've done the golf games. They've done the resurgence of those. All right. So these are the games that they've said. And they are as follows. And these are just games that they've published, it looks like. I don't think these are games that any EA studio has like created. Not top non-sports and alternative EA games from the last decade include the critically acclaimed hits like It Takes Two, the Jedi Survivor, or Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Apex Legends. Apex Legends. The Dead Space remake. It's a remake. And Titanfall 2. So that they did the Jedi, the Star Wars Jedi series. Titanfall, I don't know much about. They did the Dead Space remakes. Okay, they own Battlefield. They own the Battlefield games. I didn't know if they did or not, because I remember they did own Medal of Honor at one point. Unravel and Unravel 2, charming physics-based puzzle platformer with gorgeous yarn doll aesthetic. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they've Apex Legends. Was that a hit? Was Apex Legends a hit? They still, they lost the FIFA license, which is nuts, by the way. I don't know how they did that, but yeah, they still have their own brand of soccer game. But still, the actual like saying they're one of the top is just basically saying they've made a lot. They haven't. Just because you've made a lot of something doesn't mean it's quality. Like that's the thing that always kind of irks me whenever I read some of these press releases, because they're all just company ball washings that don't need to really happen. Like, but they got to make themselves like justify their purpose with the company, I think, a lot of times. So let's continue this. We're entering the next chapter from a position of strength with partners who we share our vision and ambition. Together, we'll invest boldly, accelerate innovation, and build the next generation of games and experiences for the hundreds of millions of players and fans who inspire us every day to bilk them with microtransactions. I added that part. Sorry, I added that part. Having been a minority investor in the company for more than 5 years, we have a deep understanding of EA's unique platform, massive global sports and gaming franchises, and iconic IP. Turkey Alan Osweiser, deputy governor of and head of international investments at PIF, which is the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. Entertainment and sports are key areas of strategic focus for PIF and are among the fastest growing and evolving sectors around the world. Together, the consortium is uniquely positioned to be a long-term partner to EA and in driving sustained growth and innovation for EA and for the industry. I don't see how that's going to be a thing. They paid what? I think it was like 50 million or something like that. With the transaction complete, EA stockholders will receive $210 in cash for each share of EA common stock, because they are taking it private. That's another thing that I want to talk about with this. Stock they own as of the closing, EA's common stock has ceased trading and will be delisted from the NASDAQ. The only thing I can think of that will make this a positive is the fact that the money is going to be there. The money, hopefully, they with not having to have an IPO out there for them to start, they're going to just put a lot of that PIF money in there without really any kind of thing, and hopefully they get their money back on a lot of games. This will also find out how soluble EA really is. Because I mean, you don't have Def Jam, you don't have the Def Jam series, you don't have a lot of the popular things that made Electronic Arts big. Like once they started going into just Madden, they lost their balls. I mean, they really lost their balls and just stopped innovating a lot of things. Sure, the graphics are great, but they basically are using the same model that 2K5 NFL had, but just with the Madden name on top of it. Like that's all that is. There's no true innovation. There's no reason to buy the new Madden outside of the fact that, woo, it looks realistic now. I was watching Moss play it the other day, or at least if that was 27 or 26, I don't know. But it was cool, but it just looked like the same thing I played in 2005, just with different graphics. Like just zhuzhed up, as an ex-girlfriend once said. And so I hope this works. I really do. I hope that EA thrives off of this. I hope that they hire core developer or core techs to get everything better. I hope we get new features for things. I hope we get new game genres for the EA Sports brand. Do a cricket game. Why the fuck not? do a rugby game that's actually good. Do something like that. And do a cricket game that I can actually play, unlike Cricket 25, which is garbage. It's horrible. But I do also, I want to talk about this because we are almost like Halloween, and I'm a former goth wannabe, so this is perfect for me. Because my childhood is dead, guys. Our childhood is dead. We all know this. And this time, it's Spirit Halloween that's buying shit. And the Spirit Halloween parent company, which is Spencer's, actually. I think it's Spencer, because Spencer Spirit would be Spencer Gifts, no? Like, yeah, Spencer Spirit, it does own Spencer's. So, which I thought Hot Topic was already owned by Spencer's. That was something I learned just by the fact that this buyout happened. It's awesome. So this is the brief is Spirit Spencer Holdings is now the parent company of Hot Topic. If you grew up in the 2000s, grew up in the late 90s, Hot Topic was horrifying to you. Hot Topic was scary to you until you got to like 6th grade. And then you kind of got a little bit of hair on your nuts and you were like, "Oh, I like Slipknot. I want to get a t-shirt of Slipknot. I want to get the ball chain." You bet your fucking ass I had those ball chains from Hot Topic. Never fucked with the jelly bracelets. It just didn't look good on my wrists. I have like kind of thin wrists, like very like sort of thinnish wrists. So like the gel bracelets never really worked on my wrists. So I never really did anything with it. All right. So let's read the story. Obviously, the acquisition of Hot Topic will unite 6 retail brands under one parent company. Spencer Spirit Holdings portfolio includes Spencer's, Spirit Halloween, Spirit Christmas, and while Hot Topics includes namesakes like Box Lunch and Her Universe, which I don't even know Her Universe. I've heard of Box Lunch. I don't think I've ever gone into a Box Lunch. I've only ever gone into like Hot Topic and Spencer Gifts and Spirit Halloween. I've heard like Spirit Christmas is just overpriced. Like they're just trying to gouge you because it's Spirit Christmas and they're throwing that logo on there like it's nothing. So there's the combined company will have 3,000 stores across North America. Only 3,000. Man, the digital age really killed the shopping mall. Like I never paid attention until now. While operating models and strategies cater to unique and different audiences, our core values, mission, and commitment to innovation, enough with that word, are completely aligned. Silverstein said, "Who is this Silverstein cat? I can't, there's no, who is this Silverstein cat? What is this? I don't have a name. Oh, let me see. Steven Silverstein is his name. I don't give a shit who the CEO of Spencer Holdings is. This transaction enhances our long-term durability, broadens our reach. It's basically just passive income, and positions us to write the next chapter of retail history together. So another conglomerate, everybody. Ooh, who saw that coming? How does this connect to the EA Sports thing? It's just another merger. It's just another merger because I wanted this one. Because I used to go to Hot Topic a lot, Casey. Not all of us grew up in Utah around Mormons. All right? Nobody. I don't know what to tell you on that. I liked Hot Topic as a kid. Now it's just too emo and anime, and there's no edge to it anymore. Like Hot Topic back in the day used to have like local death metal bands playing through the fucking speakers on repeat albums, full albums of like Cleveland metal bands, not even Mushroom Head, not even Chimera. They would just be some band that threw their CDs at people at fucking concert venues, and the managers would throw that in there and you would learn music. Now it's all the fucking, screamo emo slop that nobody really wants to listen to. So it's a sad day, but Spencer's and Hot Topic always, to me, I thought were part of the same company to begin with. And to find out that like Spencer's is actually gonna own Hot Topic now almost makes more sense than anything else. The Hot Topic around here were more into new metal. A lot of them were too, like you would have death metal blasting out of the mall where I grew up. Just you could hear the Hot Topic from the comic book store on the other side of the mall. I loved it. I never went in because I was scared, because I was just a little pussy boy until fucking like, I think I got goth friends around like 6th, 7th grade. That's when I started going into Hot Topic, because like they were cool and I wanted to be cool and see where that got me in life. And like, again, that's where I learned that's where I found out where a lot of like the local shows were, because they would have concert venues posters in the store so you could see where like a band would be. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a cool place. A mall used to be a cool place. Now it's just not. But I mean, it's kind of cool. And Bloomberg reported earlier this week that Spencer bought Hot Topic portfolio for $350 million, by the way. I would have thought it would have been at least bill. Like a bill, maybe $1 bill, $2 bill. Because the brands that work with Hot Topic too, and the like anime shows, the Disney Nightmare Before Christmas bullshit that's always out around Halloween, it's there. So, yep, and Sycamore Partners acquired Hot Topic around. They lost money, $6 million. Wow. And they own Torrid and Blackheart too. So they lost like $250 million. Yeah, $250 million. Wow. Huh. Who knew? All right. So we're going to do this because I at least want to get through one of these videos. I didn't get a chance to the last time. And I mean, this is like a 7-minute video. What makes a man attractive? How to be a woman magnet. If you don't know what this is, by the way, this is the Dark Needle. Brandon, Kingdom Bill Brandon, turned me on to this stuff. And I've never been a guy to listen to other people's dating advice, because a lot of times they're wrong. They usually, like, guys especially, we're terrible at giving each other dating advice. We really are. Like, there's the subsect of guys who do the whole negging thing. They do the whole like, you can't make them want you. You gotta be the one to be wanted, which I think was in the last video. I'm not gonna entertain that last video and finish that off, but Hot Topic told you about Sum 41. No, MTV taught me about Sum 41. Hot Topic told me about like the hell's that one metal band, Demure. There was a lot of Marilyn Manson, because it was like the early 2000s and he was still kind of big. Actually, it's kind of funny. There's a band that's a Mushroomhead offshoot called Ventana, and the lead singer, who's now actually one of the lead singers in Mushroomhead, was the manager in his 50s at the Hot Topic in my hometown. So that dude's like an international touring rock star, and his side gig was, folding shirts at a mall in, Menor, Ohio, next to a sushi bar. It's rock and roll, baby. So I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to go down the line on this and take a look. This one's got 4 147,000 views. It's got a clickbaity title already in What Makes a Man Attractive, How to Be a Woman Magnet. So we'll just do this one. It's like 7 minutes. Probably take me another half hour to really break this down. Gotta wait for this shit to load. Put this up there.
This is you, and that's the girl you like. So, you want to win her heart.
No. You don't tell me when I start. It's my show, bitch. My show. All right. So, this is what we're going to end the show on. A 7-minute video on how to become a woman magnet. And I'm going to break this video down and tell him how he's wrong.
This is you, and that's the girl you like.
You don't know me.
So, you want to win her heart. What you see in front of you now is nonsense. This is not how you attract girls. You need to flip this arrow. She should be the one wanting you.
And there it was. I kind of figured that was going to be the crux of this argument is you got to make yourself the desirable one. Meanwhile, if you go back and watch the video from last week, he also says to not be chivalrous, not bathe, basically, not groom yourself, and forget about doing that. And the top one was forget about treating her as an equal. So right there, you got 3 strikes. This is just a pop out to right center field. So it's not about her, or like, you can't flip this around because a lot of women will not want this. A lot of women do want to be chased. A lot of women do want the attention. It's a good, probably about 25%. I'm going to give it that low of an observation or an assumption here. And because like a lot of times you get those women who don't want the attention. They really don't. But if they meet a guy at a party, they'll text him. You get that. Same with guys. But like just to outright be like, ignore her, don't be nice. It's ridiculous. Let's see.
If you are the one chasing her, she will never come to you. You must imagine yourself as a magnet that attracts girls. This is the correct and only way to make any girl, no matter who she is, fall for you. How will you do that? This is the topic of our video. So, welcome to our series on how to attract women. In this video, we will delve into a girl's mind and understand what she is looking for.
Oh boy. Chats and comments down below. Before, right now, and after the show, if you think you know what he's going to say. Because I kind of do.
The cornerstone to success with women and dating hinges on one crucial understanding: attraction. Grasping the dynamics of attraction is imperative. Without this understanding, you won't achieve success in the dating realm. Women's decision-making process is typically driven by emotions rather than pure logic.
Never goon!
That's all I got to say to that. Like, oh man, I can't even, it's not even on the right thing. Hold on. Yeah, make this bigger. That's what he said. He's basically saying treat him like a dog. You're right, D-Man. That's what this is. And when you do this, you're not gonna get the desired effect. You're not gonna get the desired effect that you want. And when you don't get it, don't be mad.
Logic. They react based on feelings that a particular situation, person, or object elicits in them.
They get a feeling. We all get that feeling. If you're being a creep, if you're being like weird, and I've been guilty of this, where, you know, you feel off that day and you're not really talking to anybody. You don't want to really socialize, but you're at something that you have to be at. You're not going to be super social. You're going to be kind of standoffish. But just using this as a regular thing is not a great way to find a mate, dude. Sorry.
Consequently, they don't control who they are attracted to or who they aren't. It's all a subconscious response to certain behaviors.
That's called being a human fucking being, you moron. Let's see what he says again.
Who they are attracted to or who they aren't. It's all a subconscious response to certain behaviors.
Yeah. That's called just being a person. It's called brain chemistry. I don't get how guys like this guy probably also thinks that like the Saw franchise is a deep franchise. Like this is the same person who's like, if you don't get the nuances of what Jigsaw was doing, you just don't get the franchise. You just don't get it, man. You're right. I don't. Because it's stupid to me. And this is starting to get really stupid.
Exhibited by men. You can't make a woman attracted to you by presenting a PowerPoint on your best qualities. In essence, igniting attraction requires you to embody these behaviors in your personality. However, before we delve into its intricacies, let's underline two important facts. Women don't control whom they are attracted to.
Human beings don't control whom they are attracted to. It's not just women. Because again, you're looking at this from a fucking, the heteronormative, I hate to throw that word out there, but like the heteronormative aspect, and human beings don't control whom they are attracted to. It's just a preference that is in your brain. It's a preference. It's the neurons hitting the dopamine center when a person you like is in front of you. My last girlfriend, I had that. We both had that. I'm single now because I'm fucking crazy. But we had that mutual attraction with each other. It's never going to be instantaneous every single time. It comes down to just brain chemistry. This video sounds like AI training for AI. Yeah, it sounds like a tech tutorial. Like this doesn't sound anything like a dating advice thing. And I'm not saying I could do dating advice because I'm single. I know what I've done in the past and learned from a lot of those mistakes. But in the long run, I don't try to treat women like shit. I don't try and go out of my way to neg the fuck out of them because I know they're probably gonna like not want to fuck me. Is that can I just be blunt with that one? All right, let's continue.
Women don't control whom they are not attracted to.
Yes, they do. It's called ick. It's called not liking what they're looking at. Maybe it's you across from them eating pasta without, any fucking sauce on it. Or, any eating a burger without cheese. It's weird. But they can control that because their brain controls that center that goes, ew, he doesn't fit what I want.
In sum, attraction operates on an unconscious level and it's beyond women's conscious control. So let's get
It's beyond human conscious control, you little fuck.
Into her mind and find out who the men she is looking for are. 1. Someone they can't have. Picture this. You're at a store.
This motherfucker's making me search his videos. Someone they can't have. That's the number one. No. Because you can be attainable to pretty much anybody outside of a model. Outside of a 10. This video's too loud. All right, Casey, I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down a little. I'll bring it down. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Someone they can't have. It's just not, no. And I also love that we're a minute 36 into this, and I've spent probably 20 minutes on it already. So let's continue.
Can't have. Picture this. You're at a store, idly scanning the shelves when a shiny, state-of-the-art television catches your eye. Now, you didn't step in to buy anything, you were just killing time. But out of curiosity, you ask the salesperson about the TV. He looks apologetic and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's the last one, and it's sold out." Suddenly, the TV you were merely curious about a minute ago seems like the coolest gadget in the world.
No. No, that's not how that happens. If you're an adult who thinks logically, you think, oh, fuck, I can't have that. Sucks. Can I get it at the one? Is there another place that has it? By the way, I love the AI imagery.
When the salesperson calls you later saying he found an extra piece in the warehouse, but it's a little pricier, you're like, heck yeah, I'll take it. So, what
No, I don't give my phone number to anybody at a store.
just happened there? That TV just turned into a limited edition gadget. Something
Limited edition.
you just had to have. Women's attraction to men works on a similar principle. Guys they can't easily have or like
What? What? That's a lie. I am living proof of this. I have broken up with girls. I have been broken up with several times. And a lot of the times, those are the women I don't want to be around anymore. Because they've dumped me and I've moved on. I've had some relationships, I can count on one hand, where I'm like, fuck, I wish I wouldn't have fucked that up. But every guy does.
those limited edition products. Unavailability increases their value, making them more attractive. So, being the limited edition guy in the dating market, definitely a win. 2. Someone somebody else had.
Someone somebody else has, also known as the home wrecker. The home wrecker is what he's going to go for here.
Interestingly, if a man is in a relationship, engaged, or even married, he instantly becomes more appealing. This sounds counterintuitive, but attraction is a funny game. It seems to intensify when the prize is harder to reach. So when a man is already claimed by someone else, his desirability index skyrockets. Kind of like the last slice of pizza, everyone wants a bite. Free. A guy who is
Wow, what? What was that?
It's kind of like the last slice of pizza, everyone wants a bite.
Wow. Wow, dog. What the fuck? I've never wanted pizza as much as I've never wanted pussy as much as I wanted pizza. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm a fat kid. You put a woman holding a pizza, it's my ultimate dream. But like on its own, I'll take the pizza because there are women that don't take care of themselves.
Free. A guy who is wanted by other girls. Imagine this, you're strolling.
Let's see what this last one.
Everyone wants a bite. Free. A guy who is wanted by other girls.
A guy is wanted by other girls. Not most men. Not most men to begin with. Not most men. So, incels, you're still looking. You have this weird dream and fantasy I don't get.
A guy who is wanted by other girls. Imagine this, you're strolling down the street when suddenly you notice a crowd gathering.
I'm gonna put that up there. I like that. That's a good one. D-Man, that's a great comment. That's like saying every team wants the last kid picked on the playground. It's a good way to put that, dog. It's a good way to put that, for sure.
Intrigued, you edge closer and find them all staring at a box, an ordinary looking
What's in the box?
box. There's nothing visually extraordinary about it, yet you're drawn in, just like everyone else, wondering what's so fascinating about this box. Similarly, when a man is surrounded by a bevy of women,
He's usually a douchebag.
he naturally becomes more attractive to other women. It's as though a spotlight has been thrown on him, making other women curious. They start thinking, what's so special about this guy that all these women are hovering around him? This curiosity can be a potent magnet, drawing more women towards him. So, in essence, being popular with women makes you more popular with women. It's the ultimate crowd.
I would love to know the age of the person making this dating propaganda. I'd love to have them on the show and debate, because this is some of the dumbest advice I've ever heard. Even like Maxim had better advice than this back in the day.
Pull a strategy. A 4. A man who does not do what he is expected to do.
Total rebel, man. We're going for the rebel. We're going to put our leather jacket on and go out like the Fonz. That's what I'm going to do.
Which means being unpredictable. Predictability can lead to monotony, and this is why being unpredictable can sometimes ignite instant attraction in women. Picture this. Most men approach women in a very transparent and predictable way. They wear their intentions on their sleeves, and it's often this predictability that can cause women to pull away. Why? Because women have a knack for reading body language and cues. They can often make snap judgments about whether they want to continue interacting with someone. Attractive women, in particular, are used to getting approached by regular.
There's 2 songs that I always say that, like, you need to play for yourself if you're going through a breakup. And it's bad usually. You go with 5 Finger Death Punches, Walk Away. Great fucking song. But it's also a good way to kind of desensitize yourself out of a bad relationship. I've done it. I've used it. And then the other one is Walk Away from the Sun by Seether. 2 great songs. Great metaphors. It's both are sort of bad relationships, but you can walk away from them. You can also come back. If there is a spark, it will come back. But in the long run, kids, and I'm not talking to like the dudes in their 30s watching this show, because I do have a sizable amount of people 24 to 34 that watch this show. Even for you guys, just walk away. Like, even at this point in our lives, especially, the dating pool is so shallow anymore. Just play your odds, dude. For the young guys, you guys have a smaller dating pool because Gen Z is so small. And Alpha, I think, is smaller than Gen Z. So it's gonna be a smaller and smaller dating pool. I mean, we don't have the stuff that we like. I remember back when I was a kid, cougar hunting was a sport on like my nose is itchy. That used to be a fucking game for a while. It was, you know, the older woman with the younger dude, and it was a thing. I went with a lot of older women in my life because I didn't get along with women my own age or younger. I never really got any of those people. So, like, having the ability to walk away from a situation should be a good thing. Shouldn't be a bad thing. You shouldn't have to do anything but cut your losses if it's not there. And that comes with maturity and emotional maturity as well. I am not at the emotional maturity level of, say, living on my own, but I can see in relationships where it's going south.
Guys, the average Joes, they expect men to react in certain ways, especially when they've spent a good deal of time making themselves look attractive.
Well, life isn't about you all the time.
She's used to attention and she expects it, but when she encounters something unique and unpredictable, it can spark an instant attraction. It's doing the unexpected that's the real key to attraction. Imagine being in conversation with a beautiful woman and saying, "I really like you. You're pretty and have a great personality. Would you date me? V's. I like you, but I'm not sure if we get along. I mean, I don't think you can handle me." Now, which one do you think will make her more curious?
This is where just developing a personality comes in. Because on the left side of the screen is a normal way to do it. But when a woman does the other one, it's incumbent on you to have a response ready. Like, if you don't have the ability to come back at her quickly, and if she doesn't like that, then that's fine. You don't have to date her. But if she likes that, if she wants a guy to be like, "You think you can handle me?" She wants it like, "Oh yeah," or, you know, something funny. A lot of times it just comes down to being funny. The reason that guys like me and Tim Danko got laid so much as comics is because we are funny, but I like being funny around women because they like that. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel comfortable. yeah, we need them big cats. Fuck yeah, man. We need it. We need the older women to kind of go into the Gen Z and teach these, little devils how to fucking be men.
The second line, right? Because it's unexpected, it throws her off balance and piques her interest. She might think, wait, he's suggesting that I can't handle him. Does that mean I'm not good enough?
Wait. So I thought that was the woman saying this. It's the guy. Well, if the guy says that, you're an asshole. If the woman says it, it's cute. But if the guy says, you think you can handle me? The woman's not going to want to handle you. No woman wants to handle a man they're dating. They want to love the man they're dating. That's a man-child response then. I thought that was the woman saying that. I honestly thought the woman said that part and the guy said the other part. This guy's just a retard.
He's so different from other guys. I need to know more.
Or she blocks you on every social media because you're texting her 75 times.
Emotions are instantly engaged, and there's nothing she can do but feel attracted. Being unpredictable is definitely a game changer.
By the way, laid so much is like 7 times a year, which is better than some guys. Someone who has high value. This is a subjective one. Because high value could mean, and I know he's going to say it's high value as in bank and car and house and all that stuff, but there are high-level men who run their own company on $50,000 a year, and they live in a hovel, but they're high value because they're able to pay their bills, they're able to do all the stuff, and then they can take a girl out for, dinner or whatever. But let's see what he says.
5. Someone who has high value. Finally, the fifth type is the high value man. Just as antique items can be sold at astounding prices,
he is comparing high value men to precious artifacts. That's where the brain of the person that made this is. They want to be a high value man, and they're not. They're not. They read Mysteries, the game or whatever. Was a prolific. Ray Hyclak was rampantly laying pipe. Ray Hyclak, prolific pipe laying. $50K a year opening a business. What is that? $25 an hour. Yeah, I mean, in Ohio, that's livable wage. You can live off of $50,000 and have your own business, and it's successful. Then you can slowly start building it from there. I'd say if you're doing that within the first 5 years of a company, you're doing pretty good. First 5 years? Yeah, because a lot of companies fail. A lot of companies fail within the first 5 years because they don't turn a profit. They don't maximize that whole thing, and they can't do it. And there's a lot of people that fail at business. Look at this. I'm a failed podcaster, but I still come back every week. That's why I'm the mold standard.
even if they aren't usable, so too can a high value man be incredibly attractive, even if he's not traditionally perfect. You see,
Sure, because they then pay women for that.
these antique items are seen as high value, and their worth isn't necessarily tied to their usability.
At one point it was, though. High value men have to maintain their value. Pots from the old days, a shard is $1,500.
But rather the perception of their value. Similarly, a man can be seen as attractive in the eyes of a woman if he's perceived as high value. Now, you might be asking, what does it mean to be a high value man? Simply put, a woman considers a man high value when she sees him as more important than her. As long as you can maintain
What? No. The woman looks at the man as a protector. That's what a high value man in society is. It's not more important than her. There's no class in dating. And if there is, that's an unequal relationship. It's a very unequal relationship, and it can happen on both ends of the spectrum. Dan Soder has a great story about dating a rich woman in Manhattan. And like her friends looking at her like, oh, you go there? Yeah, I do. because it's fun. But like women don't see men as more important than them unless it's at a job. But even then, they want to get to that important role.
Maintain this upper hand, you'll be seen as a high-value man. So, how do you cultivate this perception? Here are a few pointers. A high-value man never tries to impress a woman just for the sake of it. He doesn't seek attention or approval from women. He doesn't place a woman on a pedestal just because she's attractive.
Attractiveness is subjective. He doesn't seek attention or approval from women. That should just be a dude.
He never settles for anything less than the best.
Nope.
Women aren't at the top of his priority list. His life and passions come first. He's willing to walk away if his principles are violated. He makes a woman work for his attention rather than giving it away freely. He has options and he's not desperate to settle. Instead of adapting to a woman's reality, he invites her into his. Lastly, a high-value man never chases women. By embodying these traits, you'll be considered a high-value man and women will naturally feel attracted to you. And remember, we will know all of this in detail in this series. For now, I'm just giving you the basics. If you want me to continue with this series, let me know in the comments and tell me what issues you're facing so I can address them. If you haven't watched the first video yet, please make sure to watch it. Don't forget to subscribe and like, as this will help me a lot. See.
I will do neither today, sir. I will do neither. Oh, what a douche. What an absolute chode. Oh, I love it. Because you know what isn't an absolute chode? Great Hyclak show. That's right. We are sweating every single week with girth and length stories that last a very, very long time. It's been an hour and a half. I haven't eaten dinner yet. And my voice is almost fucked. So I want to thank everybody that is here. I have to fix that. That's always fun. Might also be that, but we'll bring that down. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching.